So, in New Zealand, scientists discover new ghost shark species. The fish with beak-like mouth, now named...
That's Latin, so I don't know.
can speak
Hariota
Latin.
avia.
Prowls exclusively in deep waters of Australia and New Zealand. And this is amazing news. It's about time we found a new fish, especially such an ugly
Such a
one.
weird-looking fish.
Like the...
Look at the little tail.
So
the
ugly.
little fin at the bottom.
So ugly it's almost beautiful, you know? But it's always unfair whenever they show dead fish. They're like, we discovered a new species of fish. It's like, and it looks
Killed
fucked up. It's like, you pulled it up from fucking 3,000 meters and it's bloated and like decomposing. And it's like, no, it's just, you fucked it up.
So you don't think it actually looks like that?
No, I think it has been discolored and is probably not this swollen, you know?
Or is like using the blobfish like that? People
Yeah,
say
but how do you know what the blobfish looks
poorly-
like?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you pull it out.
What we're seeing it is not actually what it looks like.
Yeah.
It'd be like us drowned.
Yeah,
If you drown a person and then you pull them up and you go, ugh, they're gross. It's like, yeah, they've been drowned.
Blobfish underwater. What do the blobfish look like? They look so
look
normal.
It's such a good
The comparison between this and this is that, man, we've so mean to this fish. We keep showing this mutilated dead body and we're like, ha, this is what it looks like.
That's gross. That's fucking gross.
That's not real.
That's not real, no.
Is this what it actually looks like? It looks like a carp.
That looks fine.
That looks like AI generated fish.
No.
Amazing fish. Amazing.
So what is cool about this shark? Do you want me to take over reading, by the way? You've been doing all the reading.
yeah, you can take over.
The fish, which prowls the ocean floor hunting
remember.
prey,
I'm just gonna
more
get some
than
water.
2 point. We're doing fish news. I've got nothing to say about fish. I don't know anything about. I don't know fucking anything about fish. The fish, which prowls the ocean floor hunting prey more than 2.6 kilometers down, has been named after the grandmother of one of the research team. Also known as ghost sharks or chimeras, spookfish are related to sharks and rays, but also part of a group of fish whose skeletons are entirely made of cartilage.
So
Isn't that all sharks?
That's just
and
all
rays?
sharks.
Yeah. Other names for the mysterious animals include ratfish, rabbitfish, and elephantfish.
So, with the naming of fish and new species, what kind of annoys me, and obviously biologists will disagree with me here, but the definition of a species, right? If you see a fucking fish, we already have ghost sharks, right? If you search a ghost shark, it looks the same as this fucking ghost shark. I don't think we should have new species. This is still a ghost shark. What? Because
Wait, what? Huh?
I'm saying
How is this still a ghost shark?
this is a ghost shark, a new species of ghost shark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So ghost sharks already exist,
Yeah.
and they look the same as this one. So I'm saying
What makes this a new species?
because it's got, I don't know. It's got,
But species does have a scientific definition.
it does. The species
does
it means
mean
it
something.
can't have, a species it can have sex. It's like a sexual,
They
the
can't
sexual
reproduce. They can't
reproduction.
reproduce.
Yes, they can't reproduce if they're not the same
Oh no, they
species.
can't. Or is it also they can't reproduce
And have
fertile
offspring.
Because like the liger and the tiger and stuff, they can reproduce, but it's not fertile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what if
Yeah.
you just have an infertile man? Is he a different species? If a man has an infertile child,
but he
is
could
he a
have
different
kids.
species? So when Alexa has children, is Alexa a different species? Is my question.
That's a
to
good
chat.
question. That's a good question.
It's always going to be about things. So we got more fish news.
It's good. We're doing like when we play Jackbox, the winning question is always Alexa.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it back to Alexa. So we got we got more fish news. Fisherman's incredibly rare encounter with crazy creature off Aussie coast. 2 young skippers reeled in giant. Oh, I wish I
Hang on,
didn't
you've
say
got to
that.
say that better. 2 young skippers reeled in a giant oarfish in the top end last week, despite the usually hidden animals rarely seen in the ocean.
So this went very viral in my fishing circles of the Facebook pages I'm a part of, where everyone was sharing this and being like, "What the fuck is this?" Because it does. Have you seen what a normal oarfish looks like?
They don't normally have that big of a head.
Yeah, look at that.
It's just like that, isn't it?
So a normal
Yeah.
oarfish looks like this. So they said, these boys said that they reeled in the fish. And I think what's happened here is, as to why it's gone so viral, is they hooked, either they didn't actually catch the fish, because oarfish usually come up when there's some kind of seismic activity, or they die, right? They die and they float up.
It looks dead.
So I'm proposing the theory that these boys saw an oarfish floating in the water and they were like, we want to say we caught this. So they placed a hook in its mouth and then pulled it by a line, and that's what elongated its fucking mouth like that. Maybe. Because unless the oarfish actually bit the bait, because it's like...
It almost looks like it's been flattened, because it almost looks like that's what its head should be.
The thing is,
other side.
they killed it. You're allowed to catch fish, and also...
It looks like it's been dead for a while.
It looks like it's been dead for a while, and also, if you see an oarfish, it's about to die. They're deep-sea fish.
That's
What?
They're cool-looking fish.
They're beautiful-looking fish. It's just crazy. Can we stop body-shaming oarfish? No, I think they're one of the coolest fish in the ocean.
Yeah, we're saying they're cool.
They're cool.
But body-shaming this guy. Fuck this guy. What does he think he
No,
is?
fuck this guy.
Yeah, he look like shit.
These guys, no, they're deep-sea fishermen, Lucas. They're hard workers.
But you just said they're not fishermen. They're just frauds.
No, I think they're fishermen that are so fisherman-cucked, like fisherman-brained, that they see an oarfish and they're like, we have to hook it.
We have to hook it.
We have to hook that dead fish floating
Whenever
there.
we see, we hook it.
Whatever we see floating in the water, we have to put a hook in its mouth.
Do they discuss your theory?
Or
is that just from your fish groups?
A photo of catch was shared on social media last week showing two top-end skippers holding the mammoth creature known as an oarfish. These are only 3 species with the giant oarfish growing to 8 meters in length.
Sick.
The marine biologist said if people do ever see one, it's usually washed ashore already dead. So giant seahorse, someone said. Surely it's the big thing from Never-Ending Story, another said.
Olaf? What's that thing's known? Farlap?
Farlap's the horse.
What's
Fargo?
Not Fargo. What's that?
I know what you're talking about. The
Falfa?
giant... Falfa.
Falfor?
Falcor. It's Falcor. In the past, people believed that they rode through the waters with their pectoral fins, but in fact, they undulate their dorsal fin to move. Have you seen what they look like swimming? No, that's how you presume they swim. Look at how they swim. They bloody swim upright. This is how they move. Yeah, how crazy is that? It's the bloody craziest fish.
What?
So when you see a diver next to them... Wait, what is this? This is a full documentary on the oarfish.
52 minutes. Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, we can't just watch
We're watching a
documentary.
52... Here, let's just see a diver next to it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at it.
Whoa.
It's crazy. Fucking sick fish.
So they swim like this?
They swim like that.
Yeah.
But I think they mostly just kind of go up and down.
Well, you can't just go up and down as a fish.
Yeah, but why
Well,
not?
I mean, I just go left and right because we can't go up and down. So if you can go up and down, why not just go up and down?
Yeah, especially if you've got 11 kilometers of ocean to go up and down in, Lucas. That's a whole lot of up and down space.
That's a lot of up and down.
But we've got animal news.
Who is Pesto the penguin, and why does everyone love him?
So last stream, everyone was like, talk about Moodang, talk about Moodang.
I like Moodang.
I like Moodang.
It's cute.
He's cute, but we talked about it last time why he's not special.
Why?
Because he's the same as every other baby pygmy hippo.
But you know who is special?
Pedro. Pesto. Pesto. Pedro.
Pesto.
Pesto.
Pesto. Very, very large penguin.
And he is actually special. Because
Special.
a baby penguin named Pesto, who at 9 months old weighs 22 kilos and towers over the adults.
Look at that.
Amazing bird.
You guys have all seen Happy Feet, right?
Yep.
I'm telling chat.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you. We watched it together when we were kids.
Wait, don't tell chat what you're about to say.
Why?
Chat, can you guess what Lucas is about to say about Happy Feet?
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to say Happy Feet that shows how big a penguin is.
Ah, yes.
Like Mumble, when he's very small, he's a little baby.
He's a big giant guy.
No, he's not a big giant guy.
Oh,
He's a baby. I'm saying when they're babies, when they were baby penguins, that's the size they're meant to be.
Yes.
Pesto is a big motherfucker.
He's fucking giant. But I love this story because this is in Melbourne. And I'm glad that Australia is finally one of the ones that has a viral animal. So,
How do they all know?
What?
They all talk about me being scared of Happy Feet.
I think they just guessed.
Have you talked about it before?
No.
Yeah, I was scared of Happy Feet. I was.
To be fair, it was the leopard seal.
I was
scene,
scared.
right?
We walked in. I think as we were going to go watch it, we walked into a movie theater and it was already playing.
Yes.
And it was playing it from the leopard seal scene. So I thought the whole movie was just leopard seal scenes.
So we had to leave the movie.
No, you convinced me to go in and we watched it.
Oh, really?
We did watch it.
It is. That scene is scary, and I feel bad for you, Lucas. I'm sorry for forcing you to watch a movie you were scared of watching.
I really liked it.
It is a great movie.
Have you watched it again? Really horny.
Horny.
Really horny movie.
Robin Williams?
The beginning is just, they're just like having sex in public. They're dancing and then they're like falling over on top of each other and being like, It's a kid's movie.
It's a public sex movie.
Yeah.
It's a, what's it called? Exhibition?
It was 16 years ago. So I was 8 or something like that.
Most king penguins grow from 70 to 100 centimeters tall and weigh between 14 and 16 kilos as adults.
Kilos?
So he's 22.
22 kilos.
This is a big fucking chicken. Penguin. Big chicken.
Our chunky king work. Yeah.
He's real big. Real big boy.
That's a very big chicken. I'm
Fucking
calling him a
giant.
chicken now as well.
Pesto was born in the aquarium in January this year, weighing just 200 grams or 7 ounces.
That's the
for you
same as the
Americans.
watch.
That's the same as Donald Trump's gold watch. When he was just 3 months old, Pesto already weighed 9.1 kilos. At 9 months, he has grown 100 times his birth weight and is the largest chick to have ever lived in the aquarium.
Wow.
You know what's so sad about this is he's going to be like that apparently kid.
What?
Apparently on live news, that kid.
Yes.
He's going to be like that kid because that will be the most famous moment of his life.
But what if he just becomes a big penguin?
Oh, what if he's fucking giant?
Yeah, what if he just is a big penguin?
That's a
I
good
hope
point.
he's going to be a fucking 80 centimeter penguin.
No, they're already 80 centimeters.
Okay.
I hope he's bigger.
I hope he's a meter and a half.
I
size
hope he's
penguin.
the size of a man.
That'd be fucking sick if he's a 6 foot penguin.
And then that's going to do so much
And he's
for
an
the...
emperor penguin. You
He's
need
the
to
king.
invent a new emperors above king. We need a new title.
Yes.
God Emperor Penguin.
Supreme leader.
What do they call him in Dune? What's that king called? Is he an emperor? Or does he have his own title?
He's the emperor...
God.
You're talking about Christopher Walken.
God Emperor Penguin.
Hey, can you do your Christopher Walken for a penguin?
Wow.
I'm Walken.
Wow, Pesto.
The penguin. I
Pesto,
hope I get fish.
A penguin. Wow. To catch a fish, you have to think like a fish.
Wow.
Wow.
2 fish.
I can only do the wow.
Wow.
So I can say wow the whole time. Oh, wow. A Pesto in
Wow.
Melbourne. Great to be here in Melbourne Zoo. I'm a big guy.
Australians doing walking sounds so fucking weird. People
I'm
said
a
that's
big
good.
guy.
Watch out, Pesto. Here comes
Christopher
Mooding.
Penguin.
Pesto isn't the only baby animal catching attention.
Now he talks about mooding for the rest of the article.
Dumb. But I think if Pesto actually grew to the size of a full human,
If he's
people
big.
would have so much sympathy for animals in zoos because he would just look like a fucking man in a fucking
I'm
gorilla
excited.
suit, you know?
That would be so fucking cool.
And people would be like, you can't lock that guy up. I guess we lock up gorillas.
Imagine if he's just...
Yeah, just that angry.
All the other penguins are your size. He's just standing there in the middle.
Just
that.
bullying
You can't
them.
look at him. Because at least a gorilla is like this.
Yeah.
If
We
he's
also
just
lock up
standing
people.
there.
We do lock up people. But I think people have more sympathy for animals in zoos than they do people in prisons around the world.
Wow, Christopher Wadling.
Waddling here. Wow. Height mogging the other penguins. Yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm getting stuck on cords.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's really
cords here.
annoying.
Did you see me fall over the other day on stream?
I heard it.
That was not on purpose. Why did you do that?
You heard that? Well, that's going
studying
to
when I
happen to
heard
you. Animal rehab is fine, but just for the spectacle is needless and harmful. I'm in two minds about zoos because I think that I feel incredibly bad, obviously, for the animals like penguins, which migrate and swim hundreds of kilometers, to be put in a zoo, because obviously it would kill you. You would you have no stimulation at all. You'd be brain dead. And when you go to a zoo,
They do get depressed.
They do get depressed. Like
So the cord I was tripping on wasn't even plugged onto anything. So I've just moved it.
no,
out of
you
the way.
unplugged the boy sign. You can't see, but we don't
can't
need
see
that.
it.
I was saying something and now I've forgotten.
Well, you found your mouse. That's what we were looking
Oh,
for.
my mouse is working. I found my mouse. So we're talking about zoos. Just obviously they are fucked up for the animals, but at the same time, I think they do encourage a lot of people to take an immense amount of interest in animals.
Do you
seeing
think
them in
so?
person?
Because everyone has to go to the zoo as a kid.
And I loved it.
Yes, but lots of people don't know anything about animals and don't give a shit about animals, and they did have to go. Do you think that'd be worse if they didn't, or do you think it just doesn't make an effect? Is it not just that you have an innate, you liked animals, you already liked animals,
There's a clip of me falling over. It's very small for everyone to see there.
you already liked animals,
I already liked
and it was
animals
inspired,
when you went
and
to
it
the
was
zoo.
it was given life, and you were encouraged by your going to the zoo.
Did you see Hassan and Maya at the zoo? No, I didn't. Hassan was so annoying to me at the Australian
He was
zoo.
shocked at every single.
He was
animal
shocked at
saw.
everything, and he was such an American bro. Like, it was still a very fun day, but every time he saw an animal, he was like, "Whoa, Chad! What's this, man? Like
Australian zookeepers.
this
were not
animal's
used to
lit,
it.
bro." And you're just like, "Okay."
Yeah, I think especially I don't know if it's more so Australian zookeepers, but they're just like, yeah, that's a kangaroo.
It's a
That's
kangaroo.
That's what they do.
All right. Why is this guy so excited about? He was hamming it up so much. He was freaking out over a water
I
dragon.
know.
That's fair though. Water dragons are very
But
beautiful
We
animals.
have water dragons in like the backyard.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Like that wasn't an animal in an enclosure. It was an animal just running around in like the lawn. He's like,
Yeah.
whoa!
I don't think that's the end. No.
Brit
This is
survives.
This is one you linked.
Talking about Mudang, Brit survives Hippo Attack after beast smashes into canoe during safari, drags him underwater, and throws him around like a rag doll. Wife, who's also been thrown around like a rag doll, who swam to shore, says Roland took one for the team.
Took one for the team. Oh. For the team.
He describes.
He got off lightly for
So
a bloody
apparently-
hippo attack.
Apparently, you don't survive.
No, I
hippo
know.
attacks. People do not survive hippo attacks.
They kill way more people than crocodiles. It's like 100 and something people a year get killed by a hippo. Look at
look
his
at that.
mouth. That's what Mudang is going to turn into. Or not, because it's pygmy.
He
Whoa.
He
that is a
describes
big
it.
fucking cut. Mr. Cherry said after the attack...
Yeah, Mr. Cherry told the broadcaster, "We know subsequently from fellow travellers, I was grabbed again and thrown through the air like a rag doll, but towards the bank, which was the godsend. I remember looking down at my legs, thinking, that's not good. There was
Fuck.
bits of flesh sticking out of my torn shorts and blood over my abdomen."
A victimless attack, chat just said there. No, I think large English men should be allowed to go and travel the world. He's not even large. Old English men. I just love the idea of... this was the photo of it. But there's just something so nice about like a man that looks like he would do colonialism going on a holiday and then getting attacked by a wild animal. It's fucking awesome. Have you seen I love the compilations of footage of like men that pay, $100,000 to shoot a giraffe or a leopard and then they get fucked by it.
The whole industry should be that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Come shoot it.
Yeah, this man wasn't shooting it. I guess he wanted to appreciate the hippo. But still, it must be...
He has another quote in that article where he says,
What the fuck?
he has a quote in the
Oh, how did I do that?
If you click back, if you click that, we'll go back. He
Oh,
has a
thank you,
quote where
Lucas.
He says, I've got no ill will against hippos. I understand I was in their territory, though I'm not very fond of that one.
He said, yeah, after the attack, he didn't hate hippos. He was not very fond of the animal who attacked me during his canoe safari. I think it's a cool story, though, if you do survive.
Why are you canoeing, though?
Yeah,
Why are you allowed to canoe there?
it's crazy.
You can't canoe where there's fucking crocs.
You can. I mean, no one's going to stop you. A tour definitely wouldn't do it. Have you done the croc tour in northern Queensland? You have, it's... The walls probably come up 2-3 feet from the water.
I was reading an article, like when I used to work at a union, we'd get like workplace news articles every day. And I was reading one of them, and it was the Australian Defence Force was being taken to Fair Work by two soldiers who were in Queensland, and they like had some time off on the day on their lunch break or something. That was at a base. They were hanging out near the water, and they got attacked by crocs.
Whoa!
And they did like a workers' comp claim.
They didn't have guns.
No, it was like they were doing other duties. Yeah, and they were like, oh, workers' comp claim because
I am considering banning this, man. There's crocodiles around
What the
Disneyland, and one
fuck?
ate a baby. There is not crocodiles. There is alligators.
this guy.
You get a 1 minute ban
Yeah,
for
do
your
it.
mistake here. You're the first person. That's the longest ban I've ever given out in my life. How do I do it? Did I just add a minute?
I think you did it.
Sorry, I gave you 2 minutes. There you go. Anyone who, what is it, miss species, a crocodile or a alligator, it's not happening. There are American crocs.
No, there's not. They're called alligators.
There are some crocs in Florida, but the ones in Disneyland were alligators. Crocs are cooler. They're both shit tier rep.
Ban this guy as well. What the fuck are you talking
Both shit
about?
tier reptiles.
What do you think is a cool reptile, buddy?
How can you get cooler than the thing that is literally a fucking dinosaur that eats children? What? Permaban. You get a 30-second ban
Do
for
it.
this. 30-second ban. There you go.
I don't know.
Komodo dragon. No,
very
crocodile's
cool.
cool. Coolest is definitely a gharial. You know?
Google. Show me a gharial. Oh, the pointy ones. Yes. I've seen
Gharial.
them. Yes.
Or this one. Not a crocodile. Tuatara.
Hoktua.
Not a Hoktua,
Tuatara.
Lucas. This is probably my favorite lizard. You seen these guys? You know, they're not even a
These
lizard.
Kiwi?
They're kiwi. And they're not lizards. They're not related to anything. Their closest relative is a dinosaur. And they have 3 eyes. They have one in the middle of their head. That closes when they're a child.
It's very, very cool.
They're so cool. And when you hold them, they feel like a fucking frog. They don't really feel like a...
You should get a reptile license.
I would like to. Get a big fucking snake. And I don't know what I'll do with the snake. I would let it go. I would release it in the house to scare you guys.
You'd let it go. Let it go.
Why does this have to do with that?
You said let it go.
I know. So, this was the article I wanted to
I'm
link.
trying very hard to make jokes.
Bring your frogs in. So for all the new people here, bring the frogs, Alexa. I mean, Lucas. So we recently purchased some taxidermy frogs. So then I thought I would look up what is the ethics around frog farming in France. And it turns out it's not very good, guys. We've made a very unethical purchase here. So we purchased some taxidermy frogs. They're frogs stuffed inside the shells of a turtle. Yeah, and they fight. Lucas is trying hard for the jokes here.
You gotta ham it up a little bit.
No, you're doing well. So, every year the French consume about 4,000 tons of frog legs. And that's just the legs. Imagine now how many fucking tons that is of frog. The equivalent of 40 blue whales. That's a lot of frogs.
Whoa! That's a lot.
Yep. But nearly all the amphibian limbs that land on French plates come from abroad, as well as harvesting of the protected creatures is all but banned and their cultivation strictly controlled. So one of France's handful...
Is it the French doing it or is it tourists?
that are eating... No, French love frogs.
Do they?
They actually do. And have you had frogs?
No, because you can't have it here.
Wait, yes you can.
I don't think you can.
You can get frog in Sydney.
Can you? I'm trying to be very gentle with these guys.
Wait, you can't get frogs?
No, I don't think so. Because I remember I went to a French
what?
restaurant in Year 9. Because you know how like you have to do a language in
Yeah.
Year 9. And we went and we were talking about eating frogs. And they were like, but you can't get it in Sydney.
Ah, well, I had them in
Yeah, you can get
Singapore,
it in Queensland or
and
something.
they're actually delicious. We also had them in Florida. So apparently a lot of the frogs are raised in. So this is where our frogs came from. Alexa.
Look at these.
This
poor
is how our
things.
frogs were raised. So they mass raise them in farms. Yes, they do.
They don't do this in France.
No, this is France.
This is France.
You know how fucking...
Why'd you say Taipei?
Type A times?
No,
Everything bad happens in
He
Taiwan.
works by frogs in a pond on a farm in Piruleta.
That's not our frogs.
This is our frog. This,
That's if you're eating frogs. This is you know how fucking delicate French people are with their art and their stupid procedures. They're like, oh, this frog has to be from the Chardonnay region of France, or else
you're
it's not a
saying
real
this-
ninja frog.
This frog is a work of art.
Yeah.
is what
What do you mean? It costs $600.
There's 4 of them.
There is 4 of them.
50 per frog.
Yeah,
That's a
not
lot.
that- that's not that much.
That's a painstaking. And why did it take him 2 months? If he did it like this, we would have done it in a day.
It took him 2 months to paint the frogs.
No, he said he couldn't source the frogs.
So you think
This
he
man
caught
is
them?
hunting frogs.
You think he hunted them?
He bespoke murdered frogs for us. I'm saying French people are a bit too precious with this kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
They scream at you if you say the
could be-
cheese wrong. or
You could be
something.
right, but nothing beats these ultra fresh French frogs. The clients love them, he said. The meat is much more delicate, the frogs fresher and firmer, while still tender.
Do we have any Frenchies in chat? Say oui if you're Frenchie in chat. Any Frenchies?
Je suis cigarette.
Okay. If you do you guys actually eat frogs or is it the tourists?
Yeah, who eats more frogs? It'll be 6 a.m.
Oh, fair enough.
There we go.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know,
French
any-
Canadian.
Any party Frenchies in chat?
Yeah, exactly. Immediate ban for wee wee.
if you're a party Parisian,
That
you'd
didn't
say
sound French.
Oui in chat or party.
A little bit.
That's not French. You're right.
So we've got some more animal. There's a lot of animal news today, but we're getting to the end of it.
This might
You
be paywalled.
linked me this,
This might be paywalled. Yeah.
but I've looked at it. You can still read all of it. So this is
Interesting. I found this article interesting.
I found this very interesting because it just really shows in like the discussions we've had about dogs, that it's like an animal like an elephant, which is considered like such a sacred animal to anyone in the West. Apparently in Zimbabwe they're actually proposing eating them.
Yeah.
Killing elephants for the meat could solve 2 of Zimbabwe's problems. 200 animals are set to be culled in a country that counts too many to accommodate. Authorities say that the meat could feed populations left hungry by drought, which is accentuated by climate change.
So there's too many elephants.
It's crazy.
Is that because why are there too many elephants?
So apparently in some areas of Africa, obviously the ivory trade still exists. So that is most of the time why they're poached. Other people poach them because elephants destroy farming or land. So in some areas, like Zimbabwe, they put up massive reserves.
And
And then in these areas, if something like the elephant population is like doubled.
So these are refugee
These are refugee elephants.
elephants.
Do
they eat cats?
what, the elephants? Do they eat cats anywhere?
Who Haitians?
Haitians? Eating elephants to
I
me.
saw the stupidest article.
What?
Fucking City Body Hell, whenever they fucking jump in to talk about America, they always have the stupidest shit to say. Someone was saying, they were talking about how, no, the Haitian immigrants in Springfield are not eating cat. However, some Haitians do. They're talking about how apparently there's some practice in Haiti where they eat cats as some sort of feast day, and they're going, however, it's wrong for us to judge them because actually, we should all be woke and understand each other. It's like, why are you saying this right now? You're just giving the right something to say. Just shut up.
Just shut up. It's so
Mine's been like,
unfair
oh, yeah,
that
actually.
as a white man, I can't just do something outrageous like eat a dog and then have an article come out that says Australians are
Australians eat
eating
dogs.
cats, eating dogs. It's like so annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could just taint the image of Australia with like one act where people will just be like, white people are eating dogs, guys.
Wonder what you'd have to do.
White people are eating their own poo. Eating elephants, to me, it makes sense. Personally, I've never eaten any and I've never heard of it. It would be like eating a lion.
Pronounce it.
Bekezila Maplanka,
There you go, you
the
sounded it out. Good
opposition
work.
leader in the Bulima district, is on the front lines of dealing with the impacts of the drought affecting this rural area in southern Zimbabwe. Here, the season's harvest has been wiped out by the lack of rain, and livestock are dropping like flies as the El Nino phenomenon, which is affecting parts of southern Africa, accentuates the effects of climate change. People are hungry. So the government addresses the situation, slaughter 200 elephants and distribute their meat to the most vulnerable.
So this made
How
me...
much meat? How much does an elephant weigh? Guess. Guess. I reckon it's going to be 15 tons.
I was thinking about how this... Because it's like it feels like something like, oh, you shouldn't be eating them because they should be like an important animal for you, for your country and culture and stuff like that. But I was thinking about how like we eat kangaroos.
Yep.
And how apparently the foreigners are always really confused that we eat kangaroos.
Yeah.
And there's apparently also in America, there's like a year ago or something like that, there was some scandal where someone did a testing of the burgers at a school and they found that the burger patty contained some kangaroo meat.
Yep.
And there was an outrage.
People were
Everyone was
outraged.
appalled. They're like, I can't believe that this had kangaroo meat in it.
Yeah.
It's like, we sell kangaroo overseas at a discount.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
crazy.
way too much kangaroo. We are trying to get rid of it. It's a subsidized thing. And we try to like, take this and eat it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong
And-
with eating kangaroo.
No, and also
it tastes okay as well.
Kangaroo's quite good. It tastes like deer. But also, kangaroos are better for the environment in terms of you don't have to clear the land. They
Yeah.
hop everywhere and they breed like
and they
crazy.
also they don't destroy the grass.
They don't
either,
destroy
'cause
the
they've got
grass.
They don't have
So it's
hoofs.
like kangaroo tastes a lot like deer. If you've had deer, it's like maybe a more bloody version. It's like got that real irony taste to it. But so in elephant weighs, let's just say 5 tons. That's a lot of meat. But I don't think killing 200 of them, was it 200 or 400?
200, they said.
200 times 5. You're looking
It
at.
does still sound wrong, killing that many.
No, I think it's wrong, and I think at the end of the day, it's like you
It's
could.
just annoying because it's like it's not their fault.
It's not their fault, and that's not the solution at all. Because once you feed these people, obviously you still need,
Yeah.
to feed them so they don't
So we
die
need to kill
instantly.
another 200.
Then you need to kill another 200 elephants. So, yeah, aid is the answer here, or just
But it's interesting though, because you know how like they say like because sometimes there's those animals which their population really decreases a lot, and then conservation efforts are very successful and they bring it back.
Yeah.
Is that the case here with elephants?
I think that is the case with elephants.
But like what was killing them before was poachers. So now that we're not
Poachers.
poaching them, there's too many elephants, and
Yeah.
they're a problem for farmers.
Yeah. So, Zimbabwe is home to many elephants, too many. While the population has declined by 60% across Africa over the past 50 years, Zimbabwe's population has nearly doubled since the 1980s, rising from 50,000 to almost 100,000. That's a lot of fucking elephants. The country's Wildlife Protection and Management Authority, recognised for its efforts in conservation, the country has long asserted that it no longer has the capacity to accommodate for all of them. Why don't put them in another country? I guess they might just kill them. I mean, the thing is, people are very precious about animals, which they should be, but at the end
Indeed,
of the day, an elephant dying is better than a person starving to death.
Indeed, Zimbabwe has more elephants than we need. More elephants than our forestry can accommodate. Do they have a role in like I'm sure they must do something for the food chain.
Elephants.
Fertilize. They probably fertilize a lot.
They fertilize, but they actually flatten a lot
And that's
of
good.
areas of jungle, which can be good
That's
because
good
you
for-
create animal parts for other animals.
And you make compost.
They kill weed.
Yeah.
They stomp. Stomping is such a funny quality to have. They tear down trees and make plains as grasslands. Yeah. So maybe we don't like elephants.
I'm gonna go to the next one.
Yep.
What time is this? 2:00.
2 o'clock, we'd start playing some games. So I linked this one. It's not that funny. It was just about the frogs. Just white people obsessed with doing ayahuasca and also licking frogs.
I think that's how you should have to do all drugs.
What?
They should all be attached to the backs of animals. You should have to do something bizarre.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to just like take a tablet. That's too cool. That's
It's too easy. You should be people,
Yeah, you
and
should
they'll be
have
like,
the
"You want
French-
some drugs, man?" And a guy just pulls out a frog, and you're like, "Fucking
some frogs?
sick." Let me lick that frog right there, man.
Oh, you have to French kiss a dog or something like that.
Imagine though the panic, like when like you're smoking weed and someone like loses a joint, how people get scared. Imagine everyone sitting around after licking
the
a frog,
frog?
and they're like, "Where's the frog, man?"
Hopping away.
And they're like, "Damn, my parents are going to see the
Chasing
frog,
after
man.
it.
Don't let that frog out of the room."
Alex, have you been licking frogs again?